Hi everyone! Today we're going to talk about area. Our essential question is, how do I find the area of a shape? When we're looking at the area of a shape, we are finding how much surface is inside the shape. So all of the space inside the lines. And when we look at this, we're going to be breaking it into small little squares. So our unit for this area is going to be square units, because we're looking at how many different little squares we can make inside that shape. For this first one, all we have to do is count the little squares inside the shape to find the area. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are 12 little squares in there. So I'm going to say I have 12 square units. Notice that I put a little mark in each square while I was counting it. That way I didn't get lost and I could keep track of where I was. Let's take a look at another shape. This shape is not a rectangular shape, but we can still find the area by counting the squares that are inside. So let's start right up here in this corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 square units. On the first one I wrote square units out this way, but you can also write it this way. You could write units, and then putting a little 2 up above, just like that, means squared also. So don't be confused if you see it written this way, it just means square units. What if the shapes don't have the little squares inside of it? How do we find out the area? We could do a couple different things. One, we could actually go through and draw all the little lines inside of here to make our squares, just like this. So I say I need to have 6 across, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and I need to have 3 the other direction. So 1, 2, and 3. And then I can go through and count them like I did. Another way to do it, if it is a rectangular shape like this, I can simply multiply the top by the side. So 6 centimeters times 3 centimeters. 6 times 3 is 18. So the area of this shape is 18 square centimeters. Let's double check that just to make sure we were right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Sure enough, even when we count the little squares, it is 18. Let's try this one without drawing the lines this time. We could draw it down the middle, make all the little squares, but let's try it without. This is a rectangular shape, so I can multiply one side by the other. So 2 times 5 equals 10. So I know the area of this shape is 10 square feet, or feet squared. You can write it that way as well. Sometimes you're going to be asked to draw your own shape with a certain area. So let's try one of those. On this one, we'd like the area to be 15 square units. So I need to figure out how to draw my line around 15 of those little squares. So I'm going to start by putting my little dots inside before I draw my line, just to save myself some erasing in case I make a mistake. So I'm going to start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, not quite there yet, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm going to go ahead and draw my line. When you're drawing the line around the outside of the shape, you're just going to trace right on the line. You're not coloring in any squares. Just right on the line, right around the squares that you want inside your shape. So you can see I'm just going right on there, tracing it dark enough that you can see it, but not filling in any extra squares. So now I have a shape that has 15 square units. It's your turn to try. We need a shape that has 16 square units. Go ahead and pause the video, figure out the shape over here, and then restart the video and I'll show you one way you can solve it. Okay, so how did you do? There's a couple different ways of solving this problem. So let's take a look at one of the ways you could do it. I'm going to start by doing my little dots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I could do a square 4 by 4 array. So I'm going to go ahead and trace around the outside of this, and trace around it, trace around it, trace around it. Now you do need to be careful. Sometimes in the directions they'll ask you to make a rectangle with a certain square units, or a square with a certain square units. So if they tell you to do that, be sure that your shape matches whatever they're asking you to do. If it just says to make a shape, you could do something that's not a rectangular shape like this one up here in the top corner. So just be careful that you read the directions when they're asking you to do something. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the back side now. Got a few problems that you can practice on and bring back in tomorrow with you. On this first one, I'd like to see a shape with an area of 12 square units. This one over here needs 10 square units. Down below, you just need to figure out what the area of this one is. And on this one, we need to have you write in that this top line is 6 centimeters and this side line is 2 centimeters, and then go ahead and figure out your area. Don't forget to go back and complete your 2 questions on the front side and your summary. Have a great day!